Hi guys, this is your boy Emmanuel Ajmaibadu. Go on YouTube and subscribe to Sahara Football. Cheers.
Yeah, so we've heard about the ESCO meeting that was set to take place after the AFCON qualifier disaster. It has taken place. We've heard from the communications director of the Ghana Football Association, Henry Asantichu, and the team manager of the Ghana Football Association and the Ghana Black Stars, that is, and Aminu Shado. We've heard from all quarters. We've heard from Lai Kingston. We've heard from Ibrahim Tanko. And the general consensus from these guys is that Otto Addo is going to stay. The general consensus as well is not that Otto or his technical team did a bad job. It's that we want continuity. We believe Otto can do it, and we think he's the man for the job. Clearly, the results or the performances have not reflected that. I understand when people like to make the argument for some coaches, but here is the case where I personally feel probably in Otoado's best interest, he really should leave the post. There are factors where we will probably have to compensate him. But here is the case where one of the performance indicators, which is qualifying Ghana for the African Cup of Nations, was not met. I don't want to believe that the FA were quote unquote naive not to put in his clause that if these things are not met, a payout is not going to come. I just don't want to believe that because that is one of the reasons being given by Ibrahim Tango in particular that if you sack him now, you have to pay up. The truth, or what scares me most about Odoado continuing, is the fact that he has probably lost the dressing room. And when you know when the coach is about to fail, it starts from there. There are times when tactics, team talks, those things are ineffective. But if the players are determined to deliver for the manager, the players are passionate enough to deliver for the manager, they will go all out. And they could probably be the ones to save his job and get him a result. Here is the case where I feel Otto probably has lost the dressing room. And the 8 players not coming in for the final 2 AFCON qualifier games, in my opinion, tells a story on its own. The way in which there was some confusion in the camp in the Sudan double header, where Otto made Kudus Mohammed captain, sort of a way to spite players who came in late, a way to get the team on the back, then came back and then said that he doesn't feel Kudus Mohammed is ready mentally to handle the position of a captaincy, and then go back and give it to Jordan Ayew, and then Jordan Ayew leaves and Kudus Mohammed takes up the captaincy again and misses a penalty in the end. I just feel his man management has been so poor that he's probably not earned the trust and respect of the players. I could be wrong and I stand to be corrected. But once the manager starts losing the dressing room, it's over. He starts losing the dressing room. He starts losing the players that are going to deliver what he wants on the pitch. It's over. Also, the Black Stars technical team, his backroom staff. You remember clearly when we played South Africa in the World Cup qualifiers, the group stage, the final game we needed to win to top the group to make it to the next round. Otoado's backstage job in trying to, he was an assistant to Milovan Rajevac at the time. His backstage job, his insight into the game, and what he put in or what he advised during the in-game management for Milovan Rajevac indirectly gave us a win versus South Africa, albeit through a penalty. But it helped us to manage that game enough to get that win. Otto Addo himself said that his behind the scenes work for Ghana in 2014 helped us earn a draw, and we're the only team to draw versus Germany, who were eventual winners of the competition. I just feel that he doesn't have, with all due respect, qualified, competent people in his backroom staff. Enough qualified, competent people in his backroom staff, and they, the support in his backroom staff is not the best. And this is where I think the FA is going to address the issue from. The FA, from Henry to Aminu Shado, in addressing or talking about Otto Addo's failure, never took any of the blame. And they would rather die, quote unquote, than accept that they were part of poor recruitment of technical team for the Black Stars. Painso in the past has said that he himself is not ready for that role. He said it in an interview before, and a couple of weeks later, he was giving the role as an assistant coach to the Ghana Black Stars. John Painso, for that matter. I know he is training for the role of a coach, but he's not there yet. His technical insight, in-game management, talking with Otto might not be the best. And I, for one, feel we have a lot of work to do. Otto has to garner the team together in terms of the dressing room. In my opinion, the dressing room is in shambles. Players not honoring call-ups and giving one reason or the other and all that, and the back and forth, is not a good sign. Otto Addo would know it. He has been a player before. He would know it. The FA obviously tried to deflect, and today they were giving out team buses to Division 1 winners, Division 2 teams, and all that, as a form of deflection, some would say. The last people they would ever blame is themselves. The onus falls on them, and they are to blame, in all honesty. They did not hire the right people to do the job. I have no problem if you choose to hire family and friends for positions which you are put in. But if the reason why the idea of nepotism is not liked or it's not encouraged is because, can you fire your family and friends and tell them straight in the face they are being incompetent? Familiarity breeds contempt. That is basically why nepotism is not encouraged, in case they have forgotten. Then again, you need to put people in charge you can trust, or that know you, or that can execute your interests. So you have to find the middle line between hiring a competent person and someone who will deliver what you want. In that case, it might most likely not be family and friends or someone you know. And that is what the FA have to get. They did not hire the right person to head the national team. Otto Addo is learning on the job. Henry feels he can get us to the World Cup. Aminu Shadow says that he can't be the one to get us there. And if we chop and change, why would Arsenal still stick with Arteta? Well, Arsenal are still sticking with Arteta, even though he has still not won them what they need. Arteta is actually by that time with his performances, which have been promising. But in 6 qualifying games, no wins, 3 goals. You want people to relax? And for those who are saying the way the journalist bashing Otto Addo is not the right thing, journalists talking that way to Otto Addo is not the right thing, they should direct that anger at the FA. When have we got, or journalists got, the opportunity to talk to the FA president at a press conference like we do with Otto Addo? And I, for one, don't subscribe to that. Not to say that the FA is not to blame. I feel that Otto Addo is the coach. He's directly involved in the team's preparations and everything. The back always ends with the manager. The way some guys in the press room went about it obviously was wrong, and I'll condemn it 100%. But you cannot ask journalists to be holding our leaders accountable and then bashing them when they do exactly that, and saying we should rather go higher up and bash those people rather. You can't have it both ways. The direct person is the coach. The coach's appointer, or the one who appointed the coach, is to blame. But then he felt the coach could do the job. If the coach can't do the job, he should be firing the coach. We will direct our issues and grievances to the one in front of us. Well, that being said, I think Otto Addo is going to stay. I've stated what he needs to do. He needs to get the dressing room together. He needs more competent people behind him in his backroom staff. If he is going to continue, what changes would you like to see, or do you think will help him be able to get Ghana to the World Cup qualifiers in March? Let me know your thoughts in the comments box on everything here. Otto Addo set to stay, the issues surrounding him, what the communicators from the FA and all around have been saying. Your thoughts on it. If he stays, what should he do right? I'll see you guys in the next one. Enjoy the rest of your week.